Hello everyone. Welcome to a day in life as a broke coder who doesn't know anything. I don't think I should claim myself to be a coder, but here I am doing lead code until I go bald. So, let's pick up a problem. We were doing sliding window last time. Let's see if we can find sliding window problems. Sliding window geeks for geeks. It was already searched, so I think I should turn off the AI mode. It's not helping me in any way. Maximum sum of a subarray with k elements. Mm, that has already been solved. How to use sliding window technique, how to identify sliding window problem, more example problems. Yeah, top problems in sliding window technique, practice questions in sliding window. Let's open this and let's open this. Maximum sum, oh, this is already done. Smallest window containing 0, 1 and 2. This is, I think, a variable window size problem. Check if a permutation of pattern is substring. If permutation of pattern is substring, count strictly increasing subarrays, remove consecutive characters. What do you mean remove consecutive characters? And why is it easy? Maximum sum of subarray less than equal to x. Hmm. Should we get our hands dirty on these or should we pick these? Largest sum. Damn, there are so many sliding window problems. Let's go back to the lead code. It's not like I'm scared, but I want to just complete at least 100 problems on lead code first, and then I'll pick geeks for geeks. All right. Longest substring without repeating characters. Have we done it? Yes, we did it yesterday. Permutation is a string, same as anagrams. Let's pick this. Given strings. Okay, this one is also solved. This problem can also be solved without using a hash map if we can use a frequency array. So a frequency array can also help us in solving this. But I just don't want to make one right now, as my goal is to just master this as fast as I can. I have to get classic pattern with frequency array. See, it also mentioned frequency array, but I used a hash map. Not gonna lie, but at this point, I have gotten used to using hash maps so much that no matter what the problem is, I'll just use a hash map. Defending an IP address, not pure sliding window, but warm up. Let's try. What is this? So it says given a valid IPv4 IP address, return a defanged version of that IP address. Replaces every period with this. Uh-huh. How do we do that? I can just do it in. I don't think we can replace a character with this. God bless me. Did I just sneeze in the mic? Defanged IP address. Mm. I don't think I get. I don't know how would I do it, and this is not exactly a sliding window either. Let's start the timer so we know how long are we taking to solve it. A valid IP4 address. We just have to replace this. Every time I get a period, I can just replace it with this. Mm. Every time I get this, I'll have to increase the window size and then insert the values in the window. No. No, 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 no. The size, it is changing. We can take and input a string. I think I'll use extra space for it. And no, not int, sorry. String replacement equal to hmm, string res equal to, let's take it an empty string for now. For int I equal to 0, I less than address dot size I plus plus hmm, if address of I is a period, then res plus equal replacement else res plus equal address of I. Let's see if it's going to work. What? Mm, let's see. Well, that got accepted. Almost 3 minutes. Let's check if there are any different solutions to this problem. 3 one-liners? One-liners for this problem? Oh, of course. One-liners in C++ also? Everyone has used just replace function and I made a replace function of myself. Uh-huh. It's a string builder, Python online. Okay, so I don't need to actually take a replacement, but it's all right. Doesn't matter, my solution works. Can we do it in place? We'll try it later. It is not a sliding window problem anyways, so I'm not going to add this in my Notion doc. Permutation in a string. Longest repeating character replacement. Let's try this one. Even yesterday I couldn't solve this problem. Let's build the thought process again. Let's try to think. But I think that if the distance between two same letters exceed k, we can come to a new letter and then go until we find another same letter and move in a window of k. So if the start and end are same in a window of k, then we can return the size of the window. No, not k is equal to 2. If the start and end are same in a window and I have a basic idea of how to solve it. Let me get a notebook and a pen. So चांद सा मेरे के तेरी झंझे रातें जोड़े. Uh, hmm. So our input is A, B, A, B. Though this pen is not working, let me take another pen. So the question says A, B, A, B. The window size is K. Let's take A, B, A, B for example. Let's take A. And let's find another A. If another A is at max distance K, then all the middle ones can be replaced. For example, A, now B is 0, 1, and 2. This can also be replaced. Okay, so K can be on the left also or on the right also. It doesn't necessarily have to be between it. It's basically the max size that we are considering. Uh, hmm, if we do it A, B, A, B, and if we look for the next A, we have to count the letters we are getting in between the next letter. We can just do K, we can take K in a variable. Let's not think about code. Let's think how are we going getting the output from the input. Let's take the second example. The first one is too short to be considered. A, B, A, B, B, A. And the K is equal to 1. Only one can be replaced. Only one letter can be replaced. Let's take A, it's same as the previous one. It's also same as the previous one. In a sliding window. In a fixed window, if the letter that appears the max number of times we can stretch the window as long as the letter that is appearing the max number of times. How are we going to compare it to the hash? The size of the hash and the max value in a hash. How do we get the max value in a hash? What is the max value stored in a hash? That we will figure out. For now, I have a basic approach in my head. I just can't figure it out. I do have an intuition. How am I going to solve it? So the max value in a window, a fixed window. Let's say the max value A appears 3 times and B appears only once, and we can replace it once. All right. All right, all right, all right. Now I know. So the sum of all, no, all the numbers which are present inside, all the letters present in the window, in the window, the max, the letter that appears the max number of time plus k is equal to should be this plus k should be size of the window. Plus k would be the max answer, the answer, the number with the max number of here k, the numbers which appear for the least number of times, all the letters which are appearing, all the letters in a window except the letter which is appearing the max number of times. Let's just say a is appearing for the max number of times 3, then all the letters in that specific window where a is appearing for the max number of times and all the others, then the total letters should be less than k. That yes, the total letters except max. Hmm. Max appeared letter, there should be a other letters, total other letters, they should be equal to k. Hmm. In a window where other letters appearing except the letter which is appearing for the max number of times should be equal to k, then our answer would be the max frequency of the letter plus k. Here in this specific window, the letter which is appearing for the max number of time is a, and other letter which is appearing is b, which is 1, which is equal to k. So we can add these two and we can get this answer. I figured the approach in 8 minutes. Wow. Now I just need to code it out. For this window, it's also same. Hmm. But how am I going to do the max appeared letter? We can make a frequency array. In that frequency array, we can take the max value and we can take the max value in the frequency array and then sum of the whole frequency array. And every time we add it or subtract it, subtract any letter, we can just do sum minus minus, max minus minus. Mm, that is all right, but now my main issue is how am I going to solve it, code it out. I have figured the approach. Now I just have to code it. Hmm. And how do we get the max value in a hash and some of all other values in the hash? Using a hash would be too complicated, and I don't think we even need the other letters, because if we are taking the max appeared letter, then why do we even need to count the other letters which are appearing except it? Int max appeared equal to 0. Let's take a frequency array vector int. Let's name it frequency. It should be of 26 size filled with 0. For int I equal to 0, I less than s dot size I plus plus. Hmm. But how am I going to track max appeared letter? The max value inside the window and the sum of max value in the window. Total minus max in the window. Yes, the window size minus max. Window size minus max value should be equal to k. And when it is equal to k, this is where we get our answer. Let's take a int win size. But we will calculate max so many times. Mm-hmm. Oh, why are we taking win size as a function? Lol. Max of frequency. Win size minus max of frequency double equal to k. Return win size. If my win size minus max of frequency gets bigger than k, then win size minus minus frequency of s of I plus plus of I not I minus k, I minus win size. Wow. No matching function for call to max. Mm, frequency dot begin. I guess that's how we use the max function. And this symbol size should not be extended if win size minus max of this. This would have thrown another error. Is less than k. then when size plus plus frequency of s of I plus plus. Now this should work. Oops, I forgot to add a semicolon here. Hey, how do we find the max? I always get stuck into syntax errors. Max of frequency. Oh, is if this max function doesn't work, then why is it even here? Would max element work? Bro, I swear if it doesn't work, then I will cry. Let's try it again in a different way. Let's first make a frequency array of 26 size with 0 filled values. Let's take an int max frequency, which is 0 for now, and let's take two pointers left and right. Let's take it as s dot uh, size. I was going to write s dot end. I don't know what is wrong with me. Why would we even need a right? It's not a two pointer approach, is it? But it is pretty much like two pointer. Let's take a max length, which we don't know what is going to be, but we have taken three variables. Let's start the window size, window parent I and I less than s dot size. This is going to be this I is going to act as my right pointer for now. Let's add frequency of uh, s of I plus plus. Oh, I made a mistake. This is what it should be. We should always do not the frequency of s of I plus plus, because we are not making a hash map here, we are making a frequency array. And don't be stupid like me. Don't make the mistake that I make. Why did I even come out of the loop? I wish I was out of this programming loop, this rat race, but I can't. Now this is going to be the max frequency. Mm, max of max frequency. I can just use Ternary operator. Why would I do this? If max frequency bigger than frequency, I don't even need to find a max at this point, because why would I try to find a max when I'm keeping a track right with me? Why did I write right? It should be I. Okay, so max frequency, is it bigger than frequency of S of I? Is it S of I minus A? Because that's how we are going to address the index. Is it? Is max frequency bigger than frequency of S of I? If yes, then we will keep it max frequency. Else, we will change it to frequency of S of I minus whatever we have, that A. Yeah. Mm, this is how my frequency array and max frequency is going to be calculated. My work was pretty much that my max appeared later. So max frequency is already found. I now know how to find the max frequency. And what was my logic? Window size minus max value should be equal to k. Can it be bigger than k? If it's bigger than k, then it is not going to work. If it is less than k, then what is even the point of replacing? But if it's less than k and all, if my array ends and it is less than k, then my whole array can be the answer. Mm, now, what can we do next? Mm, If my window size minus max frequency is bigger than k, then we may need that it means we need more than k replacements. So that would be a failing case. And our window size should be I minus left, I minus left. But if I do I minus 0 minus 0, it would be 0 minus 0, which is 0. I minus left plus 1. Only then it will be a window, right? Hmm. Let's start a while loop inside. While I is bigger than left and no, I minus left plus 1, I minus left plus 1 is bigger than my max lim, which is going to be my window size, and it should be max lim. No, this should be my window size. My while I minus left plus 1, if it is bigger than max frequency. No, This is my window size. Yes, my window size minus max frequency should be equal to k. No, it should be bigger. If it gets bigger than k, that means we need more than k replacements. That means we need to reduce the window size. So if that happens, this will stop. This will not enter inside. We will do frequency of s of left minus a minus minus. If it gets bigger than k, then we will reduce the window from the left, and then we will do left plus plus. And after this while loop, I think my max length could be updated. Max length equal to, this was my window size. Max of frequency, this was my window size. Max length, if uh, I minus left plus 1 is bigger than max length, then I minus left plus 1, or we can just take max length. At the end, we can return max length, which was our window size. Oh, in one go. Well, that was actually a medium level problem. Took me quite a lot of time to solve it. On an average, how much time one should take to solve such problems? I have no viewers today. Wow. Like not even one. Let's write down this problem. Longest repeating character replacement. Where is my Notion doc? I think I should start solving problems on Geeks for Geeks as well. It's not that bad. And it also has a wider range of problems as compared to LeetCode. But LeetCode is more popular, so people do LeetCode. The essay practice, string, sliding window. This was the content given to us. Let's build the intuition. Let's write the intuition. Why would I even uh, writing the whole approach is stupidity. There is no point. Yeah, intuition. So when we look at the problem, we can figure out a pattern that the max, the difference, that the difference between the, I think my laptop is begging for me to charge it. I am very cruel to my little laptops. It's not little laptop though, it has a 17 inches screen. And I guess it weighs around 2 kgs. It's not a little laptop. But that always begs for charging. Just came laptop things. I can figure out a pattern. The difference between the uh-huh, window size and max appeared letter is that if the difference between the window size and max appeared letter is equal to k, then it means we can make and we can make k replacements and the string would have same letters. In simple way, if window size minus max appeared letter gets bigger than k, means we need more than k replacements to make all the letters in the string same. So we can take a frequency array, two variables named maxlen, which represents window size, and max frequency, which represents the max frequency present in the frequency array. Every time the difference between these two gets bigger than k, we reduce the window size by removing the first letter in the window, and by doing, how can we do, frequency of s of left minus a frequency s of left minus a minus minus, and then do left plus plus to move the pointer to the new start of the window. Mm, If I write code from scratch in it again, would that make me any smarter? I don't think so. Let me check. No, I'm not going to check how many problems there are solved so far on LeetCode. What if someone finds my LeetCode account? Maximum size subarray sum, variable window size. Let's try Minimum size subarray sum. Given an array of positive integers nums and a positive integer target, return the minimal length of a subarray whose sum is greater than or equal to target. Given an array of positive integer nums and a positive integer target, return the minimal length of a subarray whose sum is greater than or equal to target. Okay, so minimum size subarray sum, positive integer target, minimal length of subarray. We need the smallest length possible where we achieve the sum target. So that means every time our sum gets bigger than target, that means we can reduce the window size. Minimum length and min length equal to, let's take it as 0, and total sum, let's take that as 0 as well, for int I equal to 0. Oh, did I forget the beginning of the array? But we can just start our loop. And left equal to 0. Uh, I like fixing the indentation just for aesthetic purposes. Mm, total sum, total sum plus equal nums of I. If total sum bigger than target, then we do total sum minus equal nums of left, and do left plus plus. I think we can do min length plus plus here. Or we already know what is going to be the size of the window, which would be I minus left. So min length I don't think that every time I can't update this min length every time. I need the sum to be less than target also. If it gets bigger than target, then it will already. I think it should work. Min length equal to min length bigger than I minus left plus 1, because that is going to be the render. Min length bigger than I minus left plus 1, then it should be I minus left plus 1, or keep it min length Why do I always forget these semicolons? My Python habit would never leave me. Okay, I knew it. This min length has issues. Target equal to 7, output 0. It should only be updated if it should be greater than or equal to target. Okay. If it is less than target, then it should be subtracted. Damn. Total sum is less than target. Uh, Now what is the issue? This output is 6, but expected is 2. It should work only hmm, if total sum bigger than or equal to target. Then min length should be updated to min length bigger than I minus left plus 1. And do we do anything else? No. Else minus equal nums of left plus plus. This is still same. Let's try run. Target is 7. My output is 6. But I need the smallest window. How do I find the smallest window? I am finding a window where the target it is not updating this last one. Oh, if it gets equal, then I think I should still do total sum minus equal nums left and left plus plus. If it gets bigger or equal to, then I should still remove make the window size smaller. Let's check. 23112 2312. Did it just return the size? Min length? It is less than. Oops. Why is it returning the size? Why? Why is it never getting updated? The total sum, whenever the total sum gets greater than equal to target. I think this is where I'm making mistake. Damn. That is still wrong. If it gets bigger than or equal to target, if it's not bigger than or equal to target, we can just keep adding numbers. When it gets bigger than or equal to target, will still be at least it is changed to 5. uh, should it be in while total sum is greater than equal to target? Why do I have an else here? This total sum should also be removed, because why do I have it here also? Why do I have it here? And if I'm using a while loop, then this condition should be moved outside. If it's this means it is shrinking, I can just keep it minimizing. It is still wrong somewhere. Target 11 output 8 expected 0. Here, beach. Hmm. Bro, if the target never reached. Oh, it is returning this because min length double equal to nums dot size. If yes, then return 0, else return min length. Because min length was never getting updated, now it has to be updated. Alright, I guess I have one more sliding window problem. Ah, shit. Target is 15, output 0, expected 5. Why was it expecting 5? Target 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, is it all combined? 15. Maybe it has already achieved the target. But if it has achieved the target, if it has been greater than or equal to target, then min length should be updated, bro. Why is it not updated? Ah, sometimes it can be equal to the. Let's take it as a very, very long value, very huge value. I was doing the right thing before. Now it has been accepted. Finally. Can't I just delete it? Yeah. Hmm. Now, what was my intuition? Given an error, return the minimal. Okay. We can take the min length as a huge number like int max, and then take left pointer and a total sum variable. We can start a for loop in which we will traverse the array and adding the values to shrink the window. When we reach our target, we can use a while loop because it will run until our condition total sum bigger than equal to target is true. We can keep subtracting the first value of the window by doing total sum minus equal nuns of left and do left minus minus are min length equal to minimum of window size and why we can keep subtracting the first value of the window. Minimum size subarray sum. So today's learning, what we found out that to make a variable size window, we use a while loop. Whenever we have a variable size window, we can use a while loop. How many problems were there? 1, 2, 3, 5 I did yesterday, 2 I did today, and I have done only 7 problems of sliding window so far. That is pretty bad. Fruit into basket. Let's check. इतनी बड़ी description. This description is pretty long. You are visiting a farm that has a single row of fruit trees arranged from left to right. The trees are represented by an integer fruits, where fruit I is a type of fruit the ith tree produces. Bro, what kind of problem is this? You are visiting a farm that has a single row of fruit trees arranged from left to right. Okay. The trees are produced by fruits where fruit I is the type of fruit the ith tree produces. Okay. You want to collect as much as fruit as possible. However, the owner has some strict rules that you must follow. You only have 2 baskets, and each basket can hold only a single type of fruit. There is no limit on the amount of fruit each basket can hold. Himanshu is calling. Starting from any tree, Himanshu Rajput. Starting from any tree, I think I'm getting a call. I need to pick it up. I don't know. Alright, I am back with another. You want to collect as much fruits as possible, however. So that means we have only two baskets. Each basket can hold only a single type of fruit. There is no limit on the amount of fruit each basket can hold. Starting from any tree of your choice, you must pick exactly one fruit from every tree, including the star tree while moving to the right. At your choice, you must pick exactly one fruit from every tree. Moving to the right, your picked fruits must fit in one of your baskets. Once you reach a tree with fruit that cannot fit in your baskets, you must stop. Maximum number of fruits you can pick. You're visiting a farm that is a singular. Okay. Fruits where fruit I is the type of the fruit ith tree produces. You have only two baskets, and each basket can only hold a single type of fruit. There is no limit on the amount of fruit each basket can hold. Starting from each of your choice, you must be exactly one fruit from every tree. Doing the strategy. I don't think I even understand what the problem is saying, but I don't feel bored yet, so I think I will solve the problem. You're visiting a farm that has a single roof. I don't even understand the problem. You want to collect as much as fruit, however, one has strict rules. You only have two baskets, and each basket can hold only a single type of fruit. So since I fruits पे खोल के निकला है आपका लल्ला. हाँ, दांत से खींच के पकड़ के लाओ उसे. खोद रहा होगा भाई. Fruits I like fruits I the fruit size the type of fruit the IS3 holds that produces. So that means we can pick the same numbers. Mm, exactly two. That means the size of we can pick at max two adjacent or max two. Basically, two values that we are picking should be same and consecutive. The two values that we are picking should be same. If I'm picking one, then I can pick, that means I can, yeah, we can pick from all three trees because one and one are same. We can pick two different numbers. They should be in a subarray. We can pick two different numbers, only two. They should be in a subarray. In a subarray, sum should be maximized. Hmm. Starting any tree from a choice, you must pick exactly one fruit from every tree, including the start tree. We must pick exactly one fruit from every tree while moving to the right. We have to pick only one. Only one. That means we cannot pick all the fruits. Okay. We can pick only one fruit. That means in one window, we have to figure out how many, we have to just return a size of the window because we are picking only one. We will be returning the size of the window in which we have the max possible numbers, max possible occurrences of two same numbers. Max possible occurrences of two same numbers. The picked fruits must fit in one of your basket. Once you reach a tree with fruits that cannot fit in your baskets, you must stop. We have to pick from every tree. Wherever we are starting, doesn't matter, we can start anywhere. And from there, we must pick from every tree. Once you reach a tree with fruit that cannot fit in a basket, you must stop. Given the integer array of fruits, then the maximum number of fruits you can pick. Mm, I have to figure out. We can take a hash map, man. We just unordered map int int hash int left equal to 0. Mm, I equal to 0. I less than fruits dot size I plus plus and max fruits equal to 0. Max fruit is going to be the size of the hash. So anyways, hash of s no, hash of fruits of I plus plus if hash dot size ex, ex, exceeds 2, we can remove hash hash of fruits. No, we cannot do hash of fruits minus minus. We just do hash dot erase. We can just do hash dot erase whichever value is at the left. How would we know which one are we erasing? If we erase that, I don't know. However, the owner has some strict rules that you must follow. You must only have two baskets. We have pretty much figured out what we have to return. We have to return the maximum window in which only two numbers are appearing. Mm, we have to return the max possible subarray in which there are only two numbers appearing. How can we do it? We can just add a while loop. Mm, if hash dot size exceeds 2, then what do we do? I forgot to return. Heap buffer. I just hate memory errors. I really hate memory errors. I don't even understand half the time what they mean. Hash of left minus minus. I think I should do hash of fruits of left minus minus because this is still wrong. And hash dot size should still be bigger than 2. If it's not, then there is no point. And for that also, I think I'll need to do it inside the loop. Mm, If it reaches 0, then we can just erase it. Only then it would work. Uh, maybe after this we can do left plus plus, because what if that points to the wrong address? Now that I'm reading my code, I actually figure out quite a lot of mistakes in it. Ew, it looks disgusting. What is wrong now? Well, I still haven't fixed the line which was throwing error, but I have fixed other lines, so let's see. Why is case 3 failing now? I expected 4 output 2. Bro, what is your problem? What a shit problem are you? Mm, hash of fruits of. I am doing the same thing, I guess. Uh, we have a max fruit, we have a list element. It goes this. Okay. So we're in a loop, and then we do hash of fruits. Of we add the fruits in the basket. We have to pick exactly one fruit. That means we have to return the size of the window. I have added the fruits in the basket, and if my type of fruit exceeds 2, I have removed the fruit also. That too in a while loop. I think I can remove this. If my hash size has crossed 2, that means I'm going to remove left element anyways. So it doesn't matter. And at once I'll make it false anyways. Now what is your problem, brother? Hash of fruits of left minus minus. What is your problem? Uh, while hash size is greater than 2, I can just remove this if condition. It is useless anyways. And again, same problem. Ah, shit. Hash of fruits of left. Why was I using count here? Eh, now what's your now what's your problem? Oh, solving. At least you're working now. Finally, it worked. Another problem down the line that I have solved. सब्जी किस चीज़ की है? फिर तो so far I have realized with me the problem is never the approach. The problem is how am I going to code out my approach. Intuition. We have mm, we have to figure out the max size of the window in which we have only two elements. How we reached to this conclusion? Because we can pick only one fruit from each tree and and we have to pick one fruit from every tree. We can only pick two types of fruits because we have only two baskets, and one basket can keep only one type of fruit. Now I think I should write down the approach. It was not as easy as I thought. We can take a variable left, a hash map to store the value, store the two numbers we have encountered. We can take a variable left, a hash map to store the two we have encountered, and what else we have to do. Okay, we start a for loop and add our right fruit to the basket. In the for loop, we start a while loop with the condition if hash dot size goes bigger than 2, then we can remove the left, the root on the left pointer. When hash of fruits of left becomes 0, we remove it from the hash. We are breaking it out of the loop, right? Out of while loop. We update the value of max length of the window. Then we do left plus plus. Then we do left plus plus to avoid removing any element, to avoid pointing it to the wrong root. Return the max length of the window. Now we write the code. I think I am enjoying lead code right now because the problems are smaller, easier. The code that I have to write is quite less. But once it gets the problems get tougher, maybe it will get harder for me to do lead code and enjoy lead code. I will need to watch lectures and then understand the problems. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet because I'm still on easy medium level. I need to go to move to hard level soon. Subarrays with k different integers. Okay, advanced sliding window, exact k trick. This one is done. How many problems when we sliding window so far? I guess 9. No, 8. 8 problems when we go so this is a hard level problem. Subarrays with k different integers, but I would be able to solve it. I'm sure I would solve it. Given an integer array nums and an integer array k, return the number of good subarrays of nums. A good array is an array where the number of different integers in the array is exactly k. For example, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 has 3 different integers, 1, 2, 3, and a subarray is a contiguous part of an array. 1, 2, 3, k equal to 2, output 7. Huh? Subarray is formed with exactly 2 different integers. Oh, how many subarrays can I form with exactly 2 different integers? So 1, 2, and 2, 1, and 1, 2, and 2, 3. Okay, so here we are moving a fixed window of size 2 and we are checking. We can store all these in a hash map. And if the size of my hash map is equal to 2, oh no, so that is formed with exactly 2 different integers. I think I got the problem wrong. Yeah, if the size of hash is same as k, then we can do this digit plus plus. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here also the hash of size should be equal to k. Let's try the problem. Since it's a hard level problem, I think I should reset the stopwatch. Mm, Let's fill the first two letters in. कुछ नहीं 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 hash of nums of I plus plus while hash dot size is bigger than k hash of nums of left minus minus hash nums of left if it becomes 0. Permutation and combination. Do I have to use permutation and combination or what? Of course it is hard marked because this is not easy to solve. 1 2 can be one array. This 2 1 can be an array. Right? 1 2 if I start with 1 2 3 4 because this will remove the elements from this as well. Because this left means it will remove this, because my window came here and when my window got this we turned into this. will move this. It will remove this also. But 2's count would remain same. So basically it will turn into 2 into 3. Hmm. This was the issue. 1, 2 can be an array, 2, 1 can be an array. Again 1, 2 can be an array and 2, 3 can also be an array. 1, 2, 1 can also be an array. 2, 1, 2 can also be an array. And 1, 2, 1, 2 can also be an array. As long as my hash size is same as k, it should do rest plus plus, it doesn't matter. Ah, I'll see this problem tomorrow because this is hard marked. It has already demotivated me quite a lot. And I don't think I want to. I feel very tired after work, anyways. So I'll solve this problem tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a good day, everyone. I mean, have a good night.